I entered my first official competitive Pokemon tournament 15 years ago, back in 2011. We were only allowed to use the new Pokemon that were available in the Unova region in the Black and White games. So no Pikachu, no Garchomp, no Dragonite, no Salamence, only Watchog. And my first year competing was pretty much the only time that I used the same team for an entire season. This was a hard Trick Room team, built around the move Trick Room, which reverses the order in which Pokemon move. Now you may be thinking, why are you telling me this? That was 15 years ago, it's 15 years later now, you are an old man. And that is all true, but here's the thing. 5 of the 6 Pokemon that I used on that original team back in 2011 are available in Pokemon Champions. And one of them was just given a new Mega Evolution. Specifically, it's Mega Emboar. Now, Mega Emboar is a Pokemon that I don't think anybody else is excited about. Nobody likes Emboar. It's one of the least popular starter Pokemon of all time, and it also has exactly one competitive result recorded, and that's when I brought it to the World Championships later that year and I finished 6th place. But I think it's better than people are giving it credit for. It's very bulky, it has a middling speed stat that allows it to work in both Tailwind and Trick Room, and it can do tons of damage. Its ability is kind of a wash, but like, who cares, whatever. You know, not every Pokemon needs their ability to be good. Also, Emboar gets the dark type move Sucker Punch, which I don't know if it had it back in 2011, but it has it now, and that's pretty good. Sucker Punch isn't a very strong move, but it has priority, so it allows Emboar to kind of get around its middling speed stat against low HP targets. Other than our Mega Evolution, the most important Pokemon on this team is Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus was my default Trick Room setter back in the day. It's a bulky ghost type Pokemon that's very slow, which is useful for Trick Room, and it's nice because it gets the move Will-O-Wisp, which can burn opposing physical attackers, dealing damage over time and cutting their attack in half. Cofagrigus has the unique ability Mummy, which overwrites any Pokemon's ability that targets it with Mummy. It's possible to end up in a situation where all 4 Pokemon on the field have Mummy, which I think is quite funny. In addition to Cofagrigus, this team has a second Trick Room setter, which is Reuniclus, and it is a really good Pokemon, though it's a bit nerfed in Pokemon Champions. What allows Reuniclus to reach its full potential is its ability Magic Guard, which causes it to not take any damage except for direct damage. What this means is it doesn't take damage from Sandstorm, but also from the item Life Orb, which gives it a power boost and would normally cause it to lose HP whenever it attacks, but Magic Guard keeps it safe. Except Life Orb isn't in the game, so I gotta use Citrus Berry. Reuniclus is still pretty strong though, and it can deal big damage with Psychic, so yeah, I think it's still worth using. The 4th Pokemon on this team is Hydreigon. Funnily enough, the item I ran on Hydreigon back in the day was Focus Sash, which was not a super popular item. And it's funny because Focus Sash is still in the game and is the item I'll be using on Hydreigon this time. Mega Emboar is actually pretty fast. Oh, okay, it's not fast, but it's fast for a Trick Room team, and Tailwind allows it to function outside of Trick Room in a pinch. Hydreigon can also do big damage with its Dark and Dragon type moves, especially with the Focus Sash keeping it safe. The 5th member of the team is Conkeldurr. With Leftovers and Drain Punch, it can stay quite healthy over the course of a battle, and just like Emboar, it has a priority move that allows it to function a little bit outside of Trick Room. In Conkeldurr's case, this is Mach Punch. I'm using the Guts ability on Conkeldurr, even though I don't have the Flame Orb because the Flame Orb isn't in the game, because it allows me to use my Cofagrigus' Will-O-Wisp to burn my own Conkeldurr to give it a huge damage boost. If you don't like this option, you can also run Iron Fist instead. The last Pokemon on the team is Scrafty, except that Scrafty's no longer in the game. Scrafty has the Intimidate ability, although it didn't have it back in 2011, and was my fake out setter to help enable Trick Room to get up in the first place. I'm pretty sad that Scrafty's not in the game right now, especially with its new Mega Evolution. The good news is that there's another fake out and Intimidate Pokemon that is in the game. So welcome to the squad, Incineroar. This is 2011 plus Incineroar. I would use Scrafty if it was available. Now keep in mind, back in 2011 in Black and White, there weren't fairy type Pokemon, so if you look at this team, there's no fairy type resistance or move that can hit fairy types for super effective damage. I do think that there are elements to this team that are quite strong, but I also think it does kind of look like a team that was built 15 years ago. I don't have much expectations, but I am really curious to see how Emboar feels. Last thing I'll say before we jump into the battles is to make sure you check and see if you're subscribed. I'm posting a new video every single day, and you're not going to want YouTube's algorithm to get weird and not show that to you, so subscribing at least gives you better odds of seeing these videos when they come out. It also supports the channel. We're working very hard right now. Normally we do weekly content. Now we're doing daily content. There's like 30 to 40, it's closer to 40 people who work on the channel in some capacity. Everyone's working really hard, and subscribing helps the channel out as a whole. So yeah, please subscribe. Okay, folks, here we are. Here's the replica team. If you want to use this team for yourself, you can see it on screen here. I've tried to keep it as close as I could to the original version of the team, as I'm sure I already mentioned in the team builder, except that we have Incineroar over Scrafty. But other than that, this is my basically my original team, the first team that I ever used. I used in my first tournament, and so it's very nostalgic for me. It's it's a team that means a lot to me. I don't know how it's going to keep up now in a more modern era with Pokemon like Eternal Floette. You will see that there is not a Pokemon on this team that resists Fairy, and in fact, many of these Pokemon are weak to actually only 2, I guess. But it is funny to have 2 fire types on a team and have 0 resistances to Fairy. But again, when I built this team, there was no Fairy type in the game. So but let's do our best. I don't really know what to expect here, but okay, speaking of fairy type, this team has one Gengar, which could potentially be a mega evolution here. Incineroar, Sableye, Gyarados, Kommo-o. Some scary Pokemon here for sure. Gengar could be a real problem here. I could lead with Hydreigon. That's one option. I could do like Hydreigon plus Incin to go for like a Tailwind mode. Honestly, Hydreigon looks pretty good here. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I think maybe Hydreigon up front with Reuniclus and Emboar in the back. This person's 1956. This could be Perish Trap. No, not in the lead at least. Okay, Hydreigon plus Incin versus Tinkaton plus Kommo-o. Mold Breaker comes out. Here's my Intimidate. They are faster than me. I have Draco Meteor available, so I kind of just want to fake out here and go for Protect. It's a really risky play because if it backfires, I'm like kind of just screwed. They actually switched Tinkaton out, so I'm not taking any damage this turn. Is this Incin? Yeah, nice play. Really nice play. Okay, that's not good. So Kommo can have Soundproof, and Parting Shot is a sound-based move, which is pretty scary for me. Wait, Protect. Okay, so my fake out. This is a bad turn. Yeah, that was a good play from them. I actually didn't really have a way to punish this. I see what this person's high rank. They're probably gonna try and set up Kommo-o. Like I said, Parting Shot is a sound-based move. So I think what I want to do here is actually switch to Reuniclus and Parting Shot into Incin here. I assume they have to go for fake out here. They go into Reuniclus. God, I love Reuniclus. This is my all-time favorite Pokemon. Okay, it is fake out, so I do get the call correct. I take a little damage. I love Reuniclus so much. Here's Clangor Soul, so it's setting up here, which is scary. Oh my God, look at all those boosts. It loses a third of its health, which is fine. The nice thing is we do know a lot of their Pokemon, and Emboar does beat a lot of these Pokemon that they have left. Because I have the Sash, it's still totally possible for me to do like well here. They're -1 on the Incin. Their leftovers Kommo-o. Okay, I'm gonna Trick Room and I'm gonna Draco Meteor. Do you think I take the double up here? I could also Protect. I'm gonna Protect and I'm gonna Draco Meteor. I don't think they're gonna protect Hydreigon here. Okay, they don't protect Hydreigon. So if I hit this Draco Meteor, I'm gonna be in really good shape. Reuniclus protect itself. Here's Clanging Scales. They're gonna lower their defense. I don't think that even with the special defense, boost, I don't think they're taking Draco Meteor if I survive. So here's Focus Sash. You can see the value of this item here. They're gonna lower their defense here. It just comes down to whether or not I hit the Draco Meteor. That's gonna be a game losing, I think. Okay. That's really unfortunate. just to be blunt. I think if I hit that, I win the game. It may still be possible, but it's starting to look pretty difficult. I'll go for Trick Room here, but I guess I save Hydreigon. I can Protect. Okay, it's okay. Draco Meteor giveth, Draco Meteor taketh away. The leftovers are also doing work here. Here's another Clanging Scale. They are -1 defense now, at least. It's good to know. Reuniclus takes it pretty well, actually. Reuniclus is very naturally very bulky. I think I'll take a Throat Chop here at -1 if they go for it. Give her Parting Shots. Now I'm -1 on this thing, and they're gonna go back into Tinkaton. So you can see the strategy here. It's just kind of cycle. This will be Tinkaton most likely. We haven't seen their Mega, which is probably Gengar. I need to be careful because if they have Perish Song in the late game, I could be in genuine trouble. Oh, it's Gyarados actually. Okay, Gyarados comes in. Okay, Trick Room goes up. So I know all their Pokemon here. The problem is they can kind of just always like fake out cycle me here, right? And there's not really much I can do about it. If I'd gotten the KO, I would have been able to sweep, but that's okay. They have double Intimidate, they have double fake out. It's so hard for me to break this. They're gonna be able to stall up my Trick Room turn somewhat easily. I think I just need to get some damage down somehow. They're -1 defense on the Kommo-o as well. Let's keep that in mind because they've used 2 Clanging Scales. Okay, it is Mega Gyarados. Okay, my Emboar goes so hard here, but the problem is I'm Giga dead. You know? I had Energy Ball actually. Mold Breaker. I guess this is just Earthquake. Okay, I guess this is just Earthquake. But my Reuniclus is gonna survive. Oh, they crunch. Oh wait, hang on, this is good. Except that I'm now -2 special attack. That part's bad. The crit doesn't matter. Okay, I have 3 turns to Trick Room left. I can still win this. It's looking kind of bad, but I think it is possible. Hydreigon connects. Draco Meteor hits. It's good damage, okay. It's winnable. It's just difficult, but with 1 HP still on Hydreigon, it is winnable. Okay, I need Emboar to pop off. That's like the win condition here. I'm gonna go for Close Combat here, and I'm gonna Draco Meteor. I think I have to call that Gyarados is gonna switch to Incineroar here. I'm predicting Gyarados to switch to Incin. They also only have single Intimidate now, which is really good. If I get this turn correct, if Gyarados switches to Incineroar, okay, Incin's back in. Okay, Emboar looks pretty sick. Oh, I have Mold Breaker too. We have 2 Mold Breaker Mega Evolutions. Hang on, this is not over. I have 1 more chance to hit a Draco Meteor here. Here's Close Combat. Yeah, it's pretty strong. That's -1 on the Emboar, although it is -1 defense, so yeah. Okay. Okay, Hydreigon, I thought I missed. Okay, it's still like, I'm still behind to be clear. However, now it's like, it's kind of ambiguous. -1 on Emboar, -1, -1, -1 on Emboar to be specific. They're gonna go into Gyarados here. I still have my instant in the back. So I have I have 2 fire types and a 1 HP Hydreigon. So everything is like in range of Earthquake. Here's Gyarados again. Okay, they have 2 options here. They either fake out and just attack, or they switch to Tinkaton preemptively, calling me to protect. I think I can counter both by going for this play. I need to switch Hydreigon out for sure. I'm -4, right? All my Pokemon stats are at like 0. I'm gonna protect and I'm going to switch to Incin. It's not the best play I've ever made, but it's certainly not a terrible one either. So they didn't actually switch, which is probably good for me. They go for fake out into Emboar. Okay, go for Waterfall into Incin. Nice play from them. I do survive, but I'm taking damage here. Okay, so now I have a choice. I either close combat into the Incineroar is free and might genuinely make KO. Emboar is very powerful, although I think it will probably survive realistically. Let's say I close combat and fake out. That's one option. I could also close combat and Flare Blitz. I'm going to close combat here and I'm going to Parting Shot here. Although honestly, getting damage on Incin is so good for me. I just feel like they're gonna attack with Gyarados here. I feel like, oh, it switches. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. I should hit the Incin. They Parting Shot, okay. So Emboar's now at -2. They're min speed Incin, I guess. Oh wait, this means that if I get rid of the what's it called? Gyarados. There's close combat. Just Tinkaton. Crit would be nice. It's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. I'm so close. It's gonna be so down to the wire. It's gonna be truly so down to the wire here because my Hydreigon's at 1 HP. If I had close combat at the Incin, I actually would have won there because I would have hit the Gyarados on the switch. So that was my fault. But I mean, I didn't know that their Incin would be slower than my Emboar. So Hydreigon's now the fastest Pokemon. It will die to Tinky Winky here. If the Tinky Winky is faint, I think I'm dead regardless, right? Okay, do I protect or do I Draco Meteor? I actually think I'll protect here. It's this is a very obvious play, but I think I'm gonna go for it anyway. I know it looks bad, but if the Tinkaton probably has Fake Out, it probably has Gigaton Hammer, it probably has Play Rough. The question, and there's no Assault Vest, so it might have Protect. Okay, they didn't switch. Let's see if they have Faint. Big question here. It does learn it. Fake Out, okay. They're -2 Gyarados now. Yeah, okay, Incin's dead. Sorry, Incin, you did a good job though. You did a really good job. How do I win this game? Emboar's back in, okay. So here's the situation. My Emboar's back on the field. Their Gyarados is in Draco Meteor range. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna call the Gyarados to protect here. I'm gonna Tailwind in close combat here. Because from their perspective, they think Tinkaton's probably safe to attack here, right? My Hydreigon just protected, so from their perspective, they should be able to go, okay. I'm not sure the Gyarados has protect. They're playing as if it doesn't. Instant comes back in. I assume close combat will kill. Here's Tailwind, so I'm now faster than everything. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, close combat comes out. Does it KO Emboar? Emboar gets the kill. Okay, hang on a second. Do you think -1? I'm -1 defense on both my guys. If the Gyarados has protect, the thing is that I could still lose this. Because I could still miss Draco Meteor. Okay, I'm gonna go for, okay. Do I want to protect with both my Pokemon here? I have 3 turns of Tailwind left. I think protect is fine here. Oh, they could go for Dragon Dance. This is probably the wrong move. Do you think that Earthquake will KO, or that -1 close combat kills Instant? There's no way, right? Here's Fake Out into the who? I could have close combated. Okay. They go for Waterfall. So what are my options here? They're playing like they don't have Protect. I'm gonna close combat this, and I'm gonna Draco Meteor this. I'm almost out of Protect PP. All right, let's see here. Hydreigon, if you hit Draco Meteor and get the KO, we're gonna win. They do have Protect, okay. Emboar, you're -1. I really don't think it's gonna get the KO here. If Emboar gets the KO here, I will win the game. There's no way. Not even close, okay. All right, folks, here it is. They win. They have a 1 in 3 chance to win here. Sorry, Hydreigon, you did good. You did really good. Yeah, they're clearly, and they're min speed. I already know that they're min speed, so they must be bulky as well, yeah. Oh, my heart's going so fast. Okay, here it is, last turn of Tailwind. I have a 1 in 3 chance to win this game. No, I have 1 in 3 chance to lose this game. Yeah, this is it. I have to hit close combat. I need to, wait, did my move time just go up? Yeah, look at this, look at the move time. It's being weird, okay. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it, right? This is the game. If I have a 2/3 chance to win here, and that's literally it. There's no fancy plays. They need a double protect to win. They don't get it. Okay, Emboar with another close combat. Should not got Gyarados here. Gyarados goes down, Mega Gyarados, turning into a dark type, losing his flying weakness, ends up being its undoing. My God, Gyarados goes down, but I am like -3 defense now, and Emboar is, Incineroar's not intimidated. Here's Flare Blitz. That's a lot of damage. Is it possible we're speed tying? 9%. I'm -1 attack. Hang on, how fast is Mega Emboar? Base 75, Incineroar's base 60. Oh my God, I'm so much faster. Okay, then I should always outspeed here. One last close combat for the road. We saw that their Incineroar was, okay, yeah, this is min speed Incineroar. Oh my God. That was one of the best games I've played in Champions. Or that was one of my favorite games that I've played in Champions. That was so intense. But Mega Emboar, I mean, you saw like it gotten in position, and it was inside Trick Room, it was inside Tailwind, somehow pulled it together. Yeah, fighting typing is really, really good. And you know what? That was a great game as well, because we missed. First of all, the opponent was super high ranked and also very clearly very good. But we also missed Draco Meteor, which ended up really, really, really hurting. Like, I think if we'd gotten rid of, like, we had to take so much damage from Coma-O because of the fact that we missed. I also want to say, real MVP there was Hydreigon. Hydreigon, like, went down to 1 HP, missed Draco Meteor, and then, like, really brought it back. Hung out the whole game. Okay. So this is a team with Floette. I mean, Coffer, I think this is a Trick Room. This is definitely a Trick Room game. Jeez, what do I even do here? I kind of want to lead with Conkeldurr. Is that stupid? I kind of want to lead with Emboar. That is surely stupid, right? I'm going to lead Emboar here, and in the back, I'm going to bring Conk plus Reuniclus. I can't really, no, I can't do this. My Incineroar is really good here. The problem is that I don't have anything on this team that beats Eternal Floette. Like, straight up, I don't. The only thing that I have is the fact that my Emboar does a ton of damage, like a bajillion damage. But I feel like they're going to lead with Kingambit. I think I lead Emboar here, and I just kind of hope that this works. No Conkeldurr? That seems wrong. I want to bring Conk here, but I think that Incineroar is kind of necessary. If I get Trick Room up, I'll have a slight edge. But can I get Trick Room up is a big question here. Yeah, I don't have anything on this team for Floette because there weren't fairy types when I built this team. Sneasler, Kingambit. Okay, this could be like coaching stuff. So I don't think my lead is bad per se, but I also don't think it's so good. I do not believe for one fraction of a second that Coffergigas dies to Kowtow Cleave. I'm not running the calc. I don't believe. If there's one Pokemon I believe in, it's Coffergigas. Now, if they go for coaching, that's a different story. There's Mold Breaker. I don't think that matters here, right? Just Fake Out. This is what I expected, but I figured better to keep them honest and cover for coaching. Here's Kowtow Cleave. I could have protected both here, but I didn't want to because I didn't doubt Coffergigas. Okay, hold this. Thank you. And here's Trick Room. So we have the setup up. I can now Intimidate Kingambit if I want, though I don't really feel like doing it right now. I think instead I'm gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, and I'm gonna try and take out this Sneasler, who I suspect is White Herb. Coffergigas took damage, but like that's fine. Coffergigas is really good, and there's a lot of physical attackers on this team. But Emboar being so, like, matching up so well into Kingambit is a big deal. They also don't have that many, actually they have a couple of switch-ins to Flare Blitz here, if they want it. So I need to be careful. Okay, Protect from Kingambit. Let's see if Sneasler has Protect here. Okay, this is annoying. They're wasting my Trick Room turns. Okay, that's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, I am losing Trick Room turns, which is bad. I do have an Instant in the back, which is good. I actually think it's better to Will-O-Wisp the Sneasler here. It's kind of not very useful without it, and try and get the KO on the Kingambit. My Emboar's too fast, so they'll be able to KO my Coffergigas, but it just gives me another offensive switch in. They just stayed in with both. Okay, so I wonder where the Sash is. That's my question. Where on earth is the Sash? We go for Kowtow Cleave. That's going to be the end of my Coffergigas, but it will live on in Spirit because of the Mummy ability. I'm kind of just hoping that it's not Sash Kingambit. I heard a bunch of them are running Sash now. Okay, cool. Kingambit goes down. So we trade 1 for 1. 2 turns of Trick Room left. So it's only so-so. I'm now Mummy pilled though. Sneasler's going to lose its ability here as well. Okay, actually the Mummy matters because watch this. Okay, they're going to go for what? Close combat? Dire Claw? Okay. Okay, that's probably game losing. That's really bad. Okay, so that confirms their item, by the way. We now know that they are White Herb on this thing. Okay, that's really bad. Really, really bad. Reuniclus can come in here and threaten a KO on Sneasler, which is good. But everything else about this is just pretty garbage. Because I need Emboar to hit the Floette with Flare Blitz. I don't think Flare Blitz will one-shot, but I think with Reuniclus help, it will do a lot of damage. Here's the Floette. Okay, I mean, all things considered, it's not a disaster. I have Psychic into Sneasler, which is worth it just to cover for it doing something stupid. And then Flare Blitz into Floette. This basically consigns my Emboar to death, if it works. Okay, it works. They've timed this pretty well if they attack this turn and they survive. I mean, how much does Flare Blitz do to Floette? Not that much, right? They protect, okay. Oh, and they let me take the Sneasler. Hang on a second. We are kind of back, maybe? Is it possible that we're back? I'm worried about Extreme Speed Dragonite now, but it's probably Mega Dragonite, right? Does that seem reasonable? Do you think it's Mega Dragonite? Okay, Emboar's losing health, but it's still technically alive. Garchomp, okay. So here's the thing, Trick Room's gonna end this next turn. They need a double protect, I think. I think they've timed their the Trick Room ending at the wrong time. Because I'm pretty sure Reuniclus plus Instant can beat Garchomp here. They might not even go for the double. Oh, they don't. They just attack with both. Here's Psychic. Floette's so tanky. Reuniclus is an incredibly powerful Pokemon. Only loses a third of its health. But here's Flare Blitz. There's no way it lives this. Mega Emboar knocks out Mega Floette in contention for the strongest Mega Evolution in the game right now. Emboar will go down. Oh, but it doesn't make a single target yet. That's pretty good. And Reckless takes Dragon Claw. Takes a lot of damage. This isn't over yet. Oh, it's gonna be really close. Okay, it's gonna be really, really close. Trick Room is up. However, my final Pokemon here is Incineroar. Incineroar, we know that there's no White Herb on this Garchomp. We send out Incineroar here, which gives us Fake Out and Trick Room active. This could potentially activate Stomping Tantrum, but I think that's fine. Every bit of chip matters, so if they attack this turn, which is probably optimal for them to let me Fake Out them, because that way they don't have to waste, like they can protect next turn. But that 11% chip, it is gonna add up, like really truly. So Trick Room is now active. Reuniclus, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, setting the Trick Room up here. I'm gonna Psychic into the Garchomp, my strongest move, and I'm gonna go for Throat Chop. I guess Darkest Lair would be better in this position. Let's see if they protect. Okay, so now Stomping Tantrum is not really in play here. Okay, so how much do you think Psychic does? My gut instinct is like 50 to 55. And do I think Throat Chop does like 30 to 35? Not really. I always Psychic here. I'm basically wondering if it's ever Parting Shot. Because what if they Earthquake? I don't think Earthquake will two-shot me here. I'm gonna go for Throat Chop. It gives me another chance to crit as well. Unless they double crit me on this turn with Earthquake. Hang on, Throat Chop, it's gonna be close. I don't know if it's gonna get there. It's gonna be really close. Oh my God, okay, the Fake Out chip coming in super clutch. Oh my God, we beat Mega Floette, Sneasler, Kingambit with this team from 2011. My God. Honestly, Emboar's been really good. Like, I know it's been a Mega Evolution that people have said is like not, like no one's excited about Emboar, right? I'm like one of the only Emboar fans in the world, I think. And I'm excited about Emboar, but I felt like that was very much an unpopular opinion. I think it's because Mold Breaker is not a good ability, just straight up. Like, I mean, you saw it here, it didn't actually do anything in any of these games. But I'm really genuinely pretty impressed with it. The stats are good, the damage is pretty significant. And the access to Sucker Punch, even though it didn't come up, is actually pretty nice. The speed tier also being like possible to use in both Trick Room and Tailwind feels good. So these two battles are actually quite long, so I'm gonna call this one here. However, I'm gonna go immediately after this. I'm going to record 2 more battles for the Patreon, at least 2 more battles for the Patreon. So if you'd like to see more games with this team, that's where you can find them, patreon.com/WolfeyVGC. And make sure you're subscribed as well. I think I forgot to mention it earlier, but yeah, make sure you're subscribed because there'll be more battles tomorrow with a different Mega Evolution. So yeah, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I don't know why I'm thumbsing up. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.